I'm so sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. So tired. At least this way. At least this way the two of us can... Exclamations. Text box broke again. A dream again? How long is it going to take before it goes away? Probably never go away, mate. Had to happen to Rufina's big day, too. I was hoping I'd be able to stop worrying her when I got older, but at this rate... I'm sure she's plenty used to you worrying her already. Exclamation. Oh, it's you, Ries. Don't scare me like that. How long have you been in here? For a while. We're supposed to be cleaning the chapel today, but you weren't getting up, so I came to check on you. You seem to be having a nightmare, though. I thought I'd wake you. Oh, okay. Sorry, Ries. It's being a pain for you again, wasn't I? No more than usual. Been a loser since the day I met you. I didn't expect that to change anytime soon. Ouch, kick a guy while he's down, why don't you? Oh, whatever. We don't want to be late for breakfast on Rufina's big day. Let's go and get this done. Alright. Rufina? Oh, what? I think it's whenever it's a small text box, it can't cope with that aspect. Good morning, you two. Wasn't expecting to see you here this early. Are you on cleaning duty today? Yes, but what are you doing up so early? You've got a long journey ahead of you. Get plenty of sleep or you're going to be exhausted before you ever get there. I mean, isn't Arteria ages away from here? Well, yes. But I won't be able to offer my prayers to Adios here again for quite some time. I decided to get up early and pray for all the days I'm going to be missing too. Seriously, that's why. That's very you. Are you really going to be that busy though? You might be able to come home from time to time at least. I wish I could say otherwise, but I probably will. I only just become a squire, so there'll be plenty of work in store for me. I'll be lucky to find time to sleep, never mind come home. I might be able to squeeze some time into my schedule once I've gotten the hang of my workload, but until then... Okay. And that's why you've got to sleep now while you still can. Come on, you've done enough praying for one day, and so go back to bed until breakfast or something. Sniffle. You're so cold to me. What? How? I thought you'd want to make the most of the time you've got left with me. Like you don't even want me here. Did I do a bad job at raising you? I never said I didn't want you here. You might have done a lot for me, but raising me is a stretch. It's okay, it's just embarrassed. It's actually more than happy to talk to you. It's just terrible at showing it. Oh, get over yourself. Is that so now? I should have known. You're such a typical boy, Kevin. They all act indifferent to avoid letting their loved ones know just how much they care. Don't forget, he's at the rebellious age too. How have I managed to survive being twisted around your fingers for so long? Is trying to toy with the hearts of innocent young boys a family thing or what? Oh, I'd hardly say young. In about 5 years by now, you know. Speaking of which, I think I'm starting to get a craving for some chocolate. Maybe I should pick some up on the way to the station. Quincy Bell, of course, for obvious reasons. Oh, their new mint chocolates, my current favourite. The fresh aftertaste mixes in with the chocolate's flavour really well. Oh, I really fancy some mint ice cream right now. Chocolate chip mint ice cream, because it's very warm in the UK right now. I'm currently recording this midnight, and to put it in context for Americans, it's about 90 degrees at midnight. Yeah, and it's very, very humid. I'll admit that does sound tempting. I think I'm more in the mood for the classic milk this time. That flavour will always be a fun little trip down memory lane for me. Because of how we met, Kevin, you're disgusting. Why? I think we all get that warm and fuzzy feeling when we look back on it. After all, the day you came to live with us, Kevin, was the start of many, many new and wonderful memories. I treasure every single one of them I've made during these 5 years. They're all priceless to me. Except that one memory. Sold that one for £5. Then... And why did you decide to become a squire and leave us? Just doesn't seem the right job for you. Even if you wanted to be in the church, couldn't you have become a sister at the chapel in town or something? I'm sorry, Kevin. Apparently I've just got the aptitude for it, or so I've been told. It's something to do with a stigma. I feel like the best... I need to learn more about the stigmas. I've only got so much knowledge with them, you see, so... I feel like the best thing I can do is make use of that and try to help people in the best way I can. Because it's obvious Kevin must have one, so you know. Of course, there's always the chance I won't be cut out for it at all. I will have to come home anyway. There's no way a girl as naive as you is going to be any good with that kind of crazy, tough stuff you'd have to do. Better come straight back home once you've had enough. Really? Well, it does come to... Well, if it does come to that. I'll be expecting a nice, warm welcome from the two of you, and some chocolate. And with that, I believe this conversation has done a lovely job of helping you procrastinate cleaning for long enough. Should I lend a hand? If we're going to do the job, we might as well do it perfectly. Have the whole chapel sparkling. Chapter 3. Golden Road, Silver Road. Let's get Chloe then. Although I was confident it was Zin last time, wasn't I? So maybe it's not. Maybe it's the Queen. Maybe the Queen's going to join the group. That would actually be really cool. Two lights? Yeah, this was not expected. I wonder if the other one could be... So is it going to be the Queen? Is the Queen going to be here? That'd be cool. Oh, Scree? What just happened? Julia? Did you not leave for a training exercise on board the Orsay? I'm so relieved to see you're safe, Your Highness. I see Sieg is with you too. It's great. He is, but not quite sure what's going on. What? Long time no see. Hi, Chloe. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. What are you all doing here? Oh. It's good to see you again, Chloe. And Sieg too, of course. You two look well. Thank you. I'm not sure what to say. I feel like I should be waking up any moment now, but I'm not sure I even want to. It's great. I see. We found ourselves in quite the predicament, haven't we? I'm relieved to hear that the empty groundsel you found wasn't the real city at least, but still. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily rule out the real capital being in danger. We're dealing with something that has such great power. It can create a flawless replica of a vast city. No telling how far its influence could extend. Ries, surely there is no need to worry her so. We have nothing to gain from shying away from the truth. If anything, she's helping me better understand the gravity of the situation we're in. I'd like to help with the investigation if I can. Not sure I could do much more than what you're already doing, but I won't track you down. It's great. But, Your Highness... Sorry, Julia, but I'm afraid nothing you can say will change my mind. I may not fully understand the situation we're in, but I do know that it threatens the safety of our capital. Perhaps the whole nation. It'd be a disgrace as a crown princess if I were to just stand by and do nothing, while the people I will one day rule over are threatened. Wow, you're amazing, Chloe. As you wish, Your Highness. Well, welcome to the team. Great, I'll do what I can. So is our next destination the teleportation circle at the end of the sealed area? Yeah, that should let us travel to the next area. by the sounds of it, the next plane. Yeah, it appears to be the technical name for the various areas that made up the land we're in. It's a concept used in the Septine Church too. Sorry, I got excited there. Our world is made up of a number of planes or realms situated on top of one another. At the top is the sky where the goddess dwells, a firmament. Below that is the earth where we live. At the bottom lies Gehenna, where sinners are judged. So if it's definitely part of the Septine Church, that has to be part of the logo, the symbol of the Septine Church. Yeah. Those are the main three, but in between them there are countless other planes or realms too. Fascinating. So in other words, the farther down we descend, the less the blessings of the goddess will be able to reach us. Hey, can you not say stuff like that? With all the creepy monsters roaming around, it's freaky enough around here as it is. You sure sound like a child who's afraid to walk around the house when the lights are off. Well, yeah, it's scary. Although I suppose that does make sense, given that you truly are a child. I am so not a child. Anyway, if that fake pencil was the second plane, the next one's the third, right? It sounds obvious, but I'm not sure it's all going in one clear direction, or if we might run into a fork at some point. I think straightforward is a safe enough assumption to make for now. While we might not know what the Lord of Phantasma wants with us, we know it's nothing good. Even if it's not like that, that doesn't change how ugly this could get. So let's get ready for just about anything. Who knows what's waiting for us up ahead? Something wrong, Ries? I think you might have figured something out. The rest of the class would love to hear about it. No, it's nothing important. You're right, we should start getting ready to leave. Maybe worth our while to investigate some of the doors we've encountered thus far, too. Yeah, I don't know what's up with those things, but there sure are a ton of them. At the very least, they don't seem to have been placed by any of our foes. I'm in favor of investigating them, too. See, now I'm thinking.
Great.
That feels correct to me. I want Chloe in the group. It's basically like, once Olivier shows up, he's in the group. Let's put it like that. He's gonna show up. He's gonna be in the group. It's just, oh no. You know what I'm gonna do? As much as I love Chloe being part of my group, and for the sake of the story, I'm gonna have Mueller and Olivier with me. Because dear God, they are so gonna play off each other in all these situations, aren't they? It'll be amazing. I want to see that. I didn't want to take her out the group. Okay. Oh, looks like we got an exclamation in the library. There are several issues of Liberl news on the bookshelf. That's it. Oh, early 1202, mid 1202. Or could I just read all of them? Oh. Only there were videos on that. How fascinating. Considering we're always traveling using warps in the cube, it's hard to be sure. But it does feel like every time we arrive at a new plane, we're moving farther and farther downward. Makes me wonder what's at the bottom of Phantasma. Probably Gehenna. Need to be getting more familiar over time with the rules for this place. Not that we have any real clue, just what this place is. And what the Lord of Phantasma is trying to do here. I feel it's something to do with Kevin, just the way he was very focused on him. It's clear the Lord of Phantasma is not a foe to be underestimated. Fortunately, we just don't have enough information to try and work out who they really are. And we had more clues to go on. Curious as to who that ghost that appeared in Grassel Castle is, too. I mean, that makes sense to be Celeste, but then it's a question of what's going on here. Sadly, we're left with no more clues towards solving that mystery than we do any other. Maybe it's just me, but it's kind of sort of maybe a bad idea to lock the next Queen of Liberl in one of those sealing stones, right? The Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him. I'm not much of a position to be judging people here. The Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him, if you ask me. This Lord of Phantasma seems intent on challenging us to some kind of game. Just what that game is, I don't know. It's possible it has something to do with the many rules of this land that seem to exist. If the Lord of Phantasma wants to challenge us to some kind of game, there must be a set of rules or logic to it. Either way, if you find out anything new, be sure to let me know. I had just finished writing in my diary before sitting down to sleep when I took a glance out the window. When I did, I saw a bright light. And next, all I could see was white. Oh right, you can see the porch from your window in the castle, can't you? Yes. So judging by all I've heard, it sounds as though the first light I saw was the cube activating. And then I was drawn in here with everyone else. If only I had known what was going to happen, perhaps I would have been able to do something after seeing the first light. Well, let's look at the positives. We're never going to run out of food or water or anything while we're in here, right? I'll pitch in with the cooking too, so don't worry so much, okay? In that case, perhaps we could cook together later. Not a bad chef, if I do say so myself. Besides, it'd be easy to calm down if I could take my mind off things. Oh, sure thing. You know what? Yeah, totally a book for that. I see, so you think that Estelle might have... I'm simply glad that Her Highness is safe and well. Still, there seems to be every chance that plenty of others have been captured in the same way. We should hurry on and aid them. Still shocked that Grenzel we explored was a replica of the real thing, given its scale. One thing is certain now. The Lord of Phantasma we encountered is the one responsible for all of this. Sure of it. Probably. She was right next to me when I was drawn in here, so I'd say the odds of her being here too are pretty high. It was pointed out to me as well in the previous part that I missed this room entirely. Just suspicious, because there could be a chest of some sort. Well, that was rubbish. There's nothing in here. What's the entire point of going in here? I expect something to be in here that's worth... But that was just completely pointless. Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny how this warp ended up being in the exact spot that device to seal the aureole was in the real world. Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report? Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Though unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, looks like even that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels being able to influence it. I see. We still don't know what happened to the aureole either. Many seem to believe that the Liberl Ark's collapse means that the aureole itself is no more. But we can't say for sure. Professor Weissman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. I don't have the faintest idea where he could be now, or what he's doing there. He's salt. What? Well, the report said quite clearly. No one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Weissman isn't involved in what's happening right here. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling every second of this. You will know what kind of guy he is. That's true. Doesn't have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose. We've got way too many unanswered questions at this point. What we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard, though. So best be careful. Right, Ries? I suppose so. Had a thought. So it's been mentioned previously. Like, this is a similar effect to the Gospels that's going on here. So I'm just wondering if it's like... Is the cube somehow related in some way to how the Gospels work? Where are we now? Something similar to the Jade Corridor by the look of it. Kevin, over there. Golden and silver roads. Well, there we go. But why? A golden and silver gate. Well, this is foreboding. Again? Oh. The ghost we saw in Grenzel. Visitors from afar. Bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can. Before you stands the entrances through the twin corridors. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. Entrust their operation to the monument before you. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware, once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. The trial? Oh. Well, that's one question answered. That voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. Well, now the next question is, who is she anyway? Ah, yes, I think I'm on the right lines then. There, if Princess Klaudia von Auslese is clearly having a reaction to it. Whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you. Move onward. Say we take her up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're gonna have to split up though. Or more like Ries and I have to each take a door at the same time while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I took it too. If we do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. If we don't, yeah. They sure are making it easy for us, huh? It means we're going to need to split us into two so that you guys don't go in alone. It's not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us. Things are so dangerous, but it's what we have to do. Why not ask the rest back in the garden to help us, so we don't need to. That way we could form 2 groups of 4, and that should hopefully be good enough for any challenge up ahead. But that voice said that Kevin and I needed to be the ones who stepped through the gates. Sure, but that's all she specified. That you and me needed to go through the different ones. Didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, there's no telling what's waiting for us on the other side. We could use their help. Alright then. Thank you. I'd be more than happy to assist. So what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I don't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once we go in those gates, there's no going back out. So instead of calling them here, let's go back to them. And we'll all come here once we feel up to the challenge. Don't go back yet, the 3rd plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties, with Kevin and Ries as their leaders, in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point need to be placed in one of those parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it is complete. Begin exploring, inspect the monument, and start at the start of the 3rd plane and choose Explore 3rd plane. Well, before we go anywhere near doing that, I wanted to turn this. Just looking at this symbol on the floor, it's very, very similar to like the symbol like for Arteria, isn't it? Like, it's almost like scales. It's almost there, but there's just something very, very different about it. Explore the 3rd plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties with Kevin and Ries as their leaders in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it is complete. Start exploring. Okay, so I want for you... won't Chloe down here, actually. And let's give you... Tita. Yeah, I feel this would be... yeah, because we got Kevin as a sort of healer, really. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that, fairly happy. Oh, it's reacting to us. Well, all that's left is to head through the doors and see what awaits us. Ready to go, Ries? I am. Kevin? What's up? Oh, I get it. Gonna feel all alone without me to cuddle up against? Not a chance. It's nothing. Let's just get this over with. Yes, Mom? Alright, time to make our way through this plane. See you guys on the other side. Till then, take care. There's every chance we might find ourselves face to face with another devil, too. So stay on guard and proceed cautiously. Right. Seriously, these spinning mirrors, it's like, why? What are the spin... Why is there only spinning mirrors? Oh no, I see one over there. A window. Like, they look more like mirrors, don't they? Maybe they're reflections of the souls inside here. Go with Kevin. Golden Road. There's a chest. Hello, hello. Here we go again. To arms. What are these guys? Why is the mouse on the screen as well? Can't do that to him. It's just rude. There you go. Let's have a look then. I've only got so much information to go with, obviously. It's obvious what we do. We can, I haven't got any of that regard.
Let's end this.
How good is it though? Against these guys? Reasonably good, reasonably good. Joshua? Haven't got any CP to work with at this point. So I was thinking of deciding what's the best way to attack with these guys. Very, very, very physical based.
Let's end this. That's that then. Let's move out.
Indubitably. Phew, that takes care of them. So what were they? And they weren't ordinary monsters anyway. Remind me of the prank-loving gremlins that appear in folklore. Perhaps that's what they actually were. It's possible. First skeletons and armored knights, then ghosts and now gremlins. This place sure is all about folklore. Not the pleasant kind at that. I thought I could get around these guys. Obviously, in case you're wondering why we're doing this fight, we've not faced these enemies before. We get to see what's going... Like, Mueller, you're just out for the count constantly. It's a wind fairy. It's not vulnerable to wind? Oh, I wonder why. Mueller just having a nap. Oh, don't you worry, mate. We'll take care of them. You have your nap. You have your nap. So what are these guys? Glory. Cloudy. McLaury. I haven't seen that film in ages, thinking about it. Might have to. Bad boys, in case you're wondering. Bad boys.
Justice must always prevail.
Let's just appreciate your concern, but it's doing okay. Well, that's good to hear, at least. I do worry about some of these chests, like mental health and in some regard. Oh, this way is blocked. It's almost like this is the way we came in. We can't go back. That's new. What are you, then? Meditating monarch? A meditating monarch.
Let's end this.
I need some kind of a group attack, really. That's what I'm missing from these guys. Maybe Mueller's got it. Ragnar. Yes. At least he can actually attack for once. Forgot I'm not meant to be doing turbo on enemy skills. Oh, you're easy to kill. Oh? You're easy to kill. Thank you, Mueller. That's what his nap was all about, so he could prepare for that moment. The nap was worth it. This is new. Lots of new enemies. Lots of new enemies. Vulnerable to earth. Oh, stone impact then. Stone hammer. Just see what we can do in terms of that. Stone impact. Wait, no, you don't, mate. Ow! I mean, she might die if I don't try and take out these guys and kill them before. Or should die from poison after this.
This is
Yep.
bad.
There she goes. I do enjoy the cutting now. It's just that sense of, like, topped us up. Okay, what was that? Was that like one of those enemies that I saw previously where it's a whole lot of Sepith if I kill it? I was worried there's an enemy in here and I can't see it. 24 to 36. No, we aren't. The place is mine, and I can do whatever I want with it. What I want to do with it is wash my hands of the thing for good. He swallowed another healthy chunk of lamb, and clack went his knife. Which way? I really missed that quartz that I got. Oh, hello. I'll have that, thank you very much. Did you know, Halle from Gambler Jack's name was originally translated accurately as Haru. It turns out the official Japanese spelling wasn't that, but Halle or Hale. This was revealed in Gambler Jack's sequel. Oh. Please do not take without permission. Thank you. 21 out of 36. And I say we keep it, she said. A stiff tone implying that any other plans he dared to present would be, to put it delicately, stupid. Think of all the history you've abandoning. 50 years. 50? Wow. Let's see about the weapons we picked up in here, though. I feel like there's one from Mueller we just got there. We definitely got one from Joshua. Feel silly for buying new weapons for them now. Yeah, I'm just letting them run at me now. It's just like, I mean, I'm making the cuts now. There's no need to actually run away and avoid anything. Just let them attack me. Ha ha ha, I got away from you. You open the lid, a hissing scream fills the air. You quickly shut the lid and walk away. Yes, but... now I need to go back, obviously. Well, there's clearly a way down here now as well. Aha! Congratulations. It's a girl! Oh. Could you spare a tear balm or two for these rusty hinges? Nope. I always like Sepith. Looking into the void inside the empty chest, you'll start questioning the nature of life itself. I've always been doing that. Always been doing that. Weird if you didn't. A door. Bring to me the man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. Okay, so that seems like Zin. So what was the other... Because there was another door. Can I not see the doors at least? Oh. There's another door I thought was Zin, but that seems like Zin now, so I don't know. Alright, before we continue, I'm actually going to use this as a point to end this part. So I have been recording for an hour, and basically what I'm trying to do is try to record for an hour and assume I can cut that down to something like 30 to 45 minutes. That's my aim with the new cutting. We're still experimental at the moment. We're still experimental. We'll see how it works out. So, see you in the next part. Ta-ta for now.